Brother, listen closely because this might be the most important message you hear from Coach Jane this month. A woman doesn't always confess with her mouth, but her body will snitch on her every single time. You don't need to hear the word, "I'm seeing someone else." Her body language, her micro-gestures, her shifts in energy, those are already talking. And if you've been feeling confused, uneasy, or played, then today Coach Jane is about to confirm what your spirit has been whispering. A man in the USA, Canada, UK, or anywhere in this wide world who pays attention to these signals, he doesn't get blindsided. Stay with me, you need this. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you be the first to know when we drop new videos. Signal 1. Avoiding eye contact or giving prolonged glances elsewhere. Let's get straight into the first secret signal. And brother, don't underestimate this one. When a woman is seeing someone else, whether emotionally, physically, or both, her eyes betray her before anything else does. And I need you to stop dismissing this as she's just tired, or she's stressed, or maybe she's in her head. No. When the emotional bond between a woman and her man begins to shift, her eye contact is one of the first things to die. Here's what happens. When she's guilty, her eyes avoid yours. When she's comparing you to someone else, her eyes drift. When she's thinking about another man, her eyes disconnect. And here's the part most men in the USA, Canada, and the UK don't want to admit. Your instincts pick up on this shift immediately. You feel the gap. You feel the distance. You feel the hesitation. Let me paint the picture for you, because I know you've experienced at least one of these moments. You're talking to her, and instead of looking at you, she's looking at her phone, or the wall, or out the window, or suddenly at every object in the room except your face. Or she looks at you, but only long enough to respond, then quickly looks away again, as if eye contact burns. That's not distraction. That's not stress. That's avoidance. A woman who is emotionally invested in one man gives him full, soft, steady eye contact. But a woman whose attention has shifted won't. She can't. Because deep down, she knows eye contact feels like honesty, and she's not being honest with you anymore. On the other hand, there's the other version of this signal, and it's even more dangerous. Prolonged glances elsewhere. Let me explain. When a woman is thinking about a man she's connecting with in secret, her eyes often zone out. Not because she's bored, but because she's replaying something in her mind. A message he sent, a compliment he gave, something he did, something she wishes she could say to him right now. And when she checks out mentally, her gaze follows. She isn't absent, she's present somewhere else. You might say her name twice before she responds. You might ask her a question and she gives a delayed answer. You might be sitting next to her while she looks past you, not at you. Brother, that's not normal. That's not random. That's not innocent. Her eyes tell you exactly where her loyalty is drifting. And I'm going to say something direct because I want you to wake up. A woman who is fully yours is visually connected to you. A woman whose attention is elsewhere isn't yours alone anymore. Now, before I move to signal number 2, give me one personal favor. If you are getting some value already, I want you to give me something special right now. Give me a like on this video. It helps the algorithm locate more men to push this video to. Signal 2. Sudden nervous laughter or fidgeting. The second secret signal is one that men often overlook because it seems harmless on the surface, but it reveals far more than most women ever intend to show. When a woman is seeing someone else or emotionally entertaining another man, her body develops small, involuntary stress reactions whenever she's around the man she's supposed to be committed to. I want you to pay attention here, because this isn't about dramatic behavior or obvious guilt. It's about the subtle shift in her nervous system. A woman who is hiding something experiences a quiet internal battle whenever she's near you. She feels a mix of guilt,
fear of being exposed, and the pressure of managing two emotional realities at once. That combination often leaks out as nervous laughter, fidgeting, unnecessary giggles, or sudden bursts of energy that don't match the situation. You might notice her laughing at things that aren't even funny, or laughing too quickly just to fill silence, especially when you ask normal questions like, "How was your day?" or "What are your plans tomorrow?" This isn't her being cheerful. It's her feeling tense. Her laughter becomes a way to deflect, redirect, or avoid the discomfort of telling you the truth. It's a psychological escape hatch. She laughs to avoid answering fully, to mask her uncertainty, or to blur the seriousness of what she's really feeling inside. And if you're a man in the USA, Canada, or the UK, you've probably seen this without recognizing what it meant. It's the kind of laugh that doesn't feel warm or connected, but instead feels forced and strangely out of place. Another form the signal takes is fidgeting. She might play with her phone more than usual, touch her hair repeatedly, adjust her clothing, tap her fingers, move objects around, or shift her weight in her seat. Again, these behaviors don't appear dramatic, but they signal that her nervous system is activated. She's uncomfortable because she is trying to maintain emotional control while her mind is preoccupied with another man. You'll also notice that she becomes almost jumpy when you walk into the room unexpectedly or when you speak at a moment she didn't anticipate. She might give you short, quick looks and then glance away, followed by small, awkward movements with her hands or face. These reactions happen because she's juggling two stories, the one she's living with you and the one she's building with someone else. Managing emotional duality creates tension, and tension becomes physical. Even if she tries to act normal, her body responds to the situation before her mind can filter the behavior. That's why nervous laughter or fidgeting appears randomly, especially after she texts someone, steps away for a call, returns from going out, or comes home later than usual. Something internally is off balance, and her body is revealing it even when her words don't. This signal becomes especially important when it happens repeatedly. A one-time reaction could simply be nerves or stress, but when you begin noticing this shift week after week, especially during conversations that used to be smooth and relaxed, that's when you need to pay attention. Her nervousness is not about you. It's about the emotional conflict she's hiding. Stay with me because Signal 3 is where everything comes together and becomes undeniable. And don't forget to like the video.
Signal 3. Touch or affection that feels rehearsed. The third signal is the most subtle, yet the most emotionally revealing, because it exposes something deeper than guilt or nervousness. It exposes the shift in her desire. When a woman is seeing someone else, especially if she's building emotional chemistry with another man, the affection she gives you begins to feel scripted, stiff, or strangely timed. Instead of her affection flowing naturally, it becomes something she performs, almost like she's checking a box so you don't suspect anything. And as a man, whether you're in the USA, Canada, or the United Kingdom, you can feel this shift even if you can't quite explain it. Your intuition recognizes when a woman's touch doesn't feel connected to her emotions anymore. You might notice that her hugs feel different, either too quick, too loose, or oddly formal. Her kisses may feel rushed or lacking warmth. Sometimes she'll offer affection at moments that don't make sense, as if she's trying to reset the energy or distract you from the emotional distance you're beginning to notice. She may touch your arm, your back, or your shoulder in a way that feels intentional, but not intimate, rehearsed rather than genuine. It's the kind of affection that gives the appearance of closeness without the actual presence of it. A woman who is emotionally loyal touches you from a place of softness, comfort, and connection, but a woman whose desires are drifting touches you from a place of duty, and you can feel the difference. You'll also notice inconsistency in her touch. One week she's distant, barely initiating anything, then suddenly she becomes overly affectionate for no clear reason. She offers hugs, kisses, or touches at strange times, almost as though she's trying to erase any suspicion you might have. This isn't affection, it's compensation.
She's not connecting, she's covering. And the moment you feel her affection becoming performative instead of natural, controlled instead of relaxed, polite instead of intimate, that's when you need to acknowledge that something in her heart has shifted. Women don't lose their natural warmth without a reason. They don't suddenly offer stiff affection unless their emotional center is being pulled elsewhere. And the truth is, her body remembers what her heart is feeling. When she's emotionally connected to another man, her touch towards you becomes hesitant because her physical instincts are no longer aligned with you. She's split. She's conflicted, she's acting, and even if she thinks she's doing a good job maintaining the illusion of closeness, your spirit knows when something doesn't feel right anymore. Now, I want you to do something else for me. I want you to drop a personal story in the comments. It doesn't have to be long, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you've ever felt a moment where her affection didn't feel real, where you sensed she was somewhere else emotionally or physically, I want you to share it. Not just for you, but because another man who feels confused, embarrassed, or unsure needs to know he's not the only one experiencing these shifts. Your story might be the confirmation someone else has been searching for. If you picked up on these signs, don't brush them off. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with another man who needs clarity. And don't forget to drop your story in the comments. I'm listening.